Hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. Today we're going to be painting a little piggy. We are going to start off, there's my little piggy. There's my verse. I've set it up a little bit today because I wanted to make sure I didn't squish the piggy in the corner. So I'm going to start off with the background. We're going to do a blue background, but I want to add some purple to it. Just to make it just a little darker than usual. And of course we're going to be adding our white. This is an antique white, but it's glossy, so it will work. So there we go. I didn't put a lot of paint in the corners. That's okay, it'll work out. So here we go, we're going to round it out. And I'm going to try not to get the piggy. Okay, so there we go. That's the exact color I wanted, like a periwinkle type pink, purple, whatever color you see on your screen. That's the color I am painting. We are going to make sure that our borders are painted and continue with this top part. Here we go, more mixing of the paint. Now, why am I painting a pig? I'm painting a pig because my kid just finished reading a book by Kate DiCamillo? I forget the name. I should maybe go back and read the author. It's the same author that did the Tales of Disparow, the little mouse, and Because of Winn-Dixie. So that author wrote this other book where there is a pig, a child, a girl with a pig, and there's a problem because nobody believes that she can sit next to the pig because pigs don't belong in the house. Pigs belong in the farm. And so she gets really hurt that they don't believe her. And the pig's name is Mercy. And the first time I read the book, the first time that the pig comes out, I thought, oh, a pig named Mercy. And I didn't think much of it. But then I started thinking, what a great name for a piggy. And of course it makes me think of God's mercy. And so I thought, I'm going to paint a piggy and I'm going to put a verse about God's mercy, or, reminding us about mercy. On there. Okay, so I like it. I like that I don't have, it is covered, but you can still see the streaks of white. And I like that because I don't want it to be a solid, I don't know, I just like the streaks. I'm going to make sure that my borders are covered, and I'm going to make sure that that has a nice solid. You see more purple here. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to leave my brush down. I'm not going to put it in water just yet in case I want to go over any areas later. So you can see that gloss, already see that. That's the gloss of the paint. So we're going to do some pink. Now the thing with this pink is that I'm running out. This is one of my favorite pinks. It's cameo pink. And I need to make some more. So I have some of this light pink, but it's not as bright, it's not as happy as cameo pink. So I'm going to try to come up with some cameo pink. So I'm going to put some here for reference. Now these are almost empty, so I could probably do it with that. We are going to pause because my computer is telling me I'm running out of space. So we're going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, it said it'll fix it itself. I don't know much about computers, so I'm hoping it does fix itself. I'm going to start off here with our little piggy here. I'm going to try to make this pink last. Look, it's just a perfect pink. A perfect piggy pink. I need a bigger brush. Let's see here. Let's use this one. Okay, so we're gonna do kind of the outline of our piggy here, and I'm gonna keyword try, to make some more of this pink paint. Okay. I kind of don't want it. I want it to have like a floppy ear, because it's pink. And its ears are kind of floppy. Here we go. So, let me tell you about my day. I went to the store grocery shopping, and I came back home, and I thought, I'm going to go get a lamp. And I went, so before I got home, I went to another store to see if I could find a lamp. I did. And it was on sale, 50% off, yay me, I bought it. And then I got home, I do the thing where, you grab all the groceries on your arms, because you don't want to go back to the car and do another trip. And I know I was going to have to do another trip anyway because of the lamp, but that was okay with me. So I went, I had all my groceries on my arms. It was pretty heavy. I had a 5-pound bag of potatoes. So that's just in one of the bags, right? So there I am, and I look at my keys, and my house keys are missing. My house keys. Not the car keys, because I drove myself home. But I couldn't get into my own house. So I knew we had an extra key somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where. But I had an extra key somewhere, and that extra key has a code. It's in the lock. It has a code. All this. I open the lock, and there's no extra key. The last person that locked themselves out of our house didn't put the key back. So I climbed, I went back to the stores, and somebody had turned in my keys. I don't know where I dropped them, but somebody saw them and turned them in. So, yay! I made it home again. I put all the groceries back in the car. I took them all out again once I got back, and then finally was able to put my lamp into the house. So I've done the pig outline here. You can see he's pink, or she, I don't know. Maybe I will call her Mercy. You can see where there's blue a little bit there. That's okay. That can be our shadow. We can cover it up later. We are going to make some more of this paint, and we're going to need some more of this kind of brightish, darker pink. This one's called Pink Melon, and we're going to use that for the ears and the snout. Usually when I draw piggies, I start with the snout, and it kind of gives you, because it's just the center point, I think, of a pig's face. With a human face, which I don't paint, by the way, because I can't, but the human nose is usually lower in the nose, on the face, because you need to make space for the eyes and the forehead and the hair, and pigs don't have hair, so you can lift the nose up just a little bit. So I'm going to let this dry just a little bit, and let's let it dry for our second coat. So I'll come back when there's a second coat on our piggy. Okay, 2 coats are done. So we are now going to move on to, where did I put my pink? My darker pink. I have some here. I'm going to add some in the ears. I'm going to need to wash my skinny paintbrush. Look at my hands. Don't you just love? I love it when my hands get all paint on them. Painting helps me relax. So thank you for joining me. So I'm going to grab some of this pink, and we're going to come in here and give the ear some shape, some shadow, some shade in there. We can have a very skinny ear, or we can have, so you can see here the outside of the ear is pretty thick. We can make that thinner by going in again. I'm going to start off small because I can always go bring in more paint, but erasing paint is a little harder. So I like it, but I am going to go bigger. Just a little bit here. Okay. On the ears. This one has this little like crook right here, so we're going to try to keep that little shape there. I like it. We're going to do the snout. Just gonna kind of a circular situation here. So here's Mercy, our little pig named Mercy. The way I remember the difference between Mercy and Grace is probably not the best. I always remember of Grace as a gift, right? God's gift. But I think of Mercy, when I think of Mercy, the way I try to remember Mercy is, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, and the word murder. Murder, mercy, mercy, murder. It's just, you know, when you do something super bad, like murder, anywhere you'd go, you'd be getting, you'd be sent to jail. You'd be, okay, so I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to come in. I don't want to use the same pink. I'm going to get some brown, and I'm going to kind of mix it with the pink to give it a dark pink. We'll see. We're going to get some of the pink. That's too much brown, so I'm going to come over here to this one and kind of see how this goes. When you commit murder, if you do, hopefully never, but you deserve, you've earned, you know, death or jail time, something bad, right? But that's where God's mercy comes in. And even though we've done all this bad stuff, he comes in and says, hey, you know what? I'll have mercy on you. And we don't deserve that mercy. And yet, I like it. And yet he comes and he's merciful to us, even though we don't deserve it. So yes, I do. Gonna go here. I think of mercy, and I think of just God's goodness. And so I saw the little pig being named Mercy, and I thought that's such a great name, because you're going to remember, you know, all the time that you call your little pig, hey Mercy, come here, or something, you're going to remember God's mercy. So I'm going to add some little hairs. I don't know if you've noticed, on a real pig they do have tiny little hairs. And then I'm going to add some shadow down here because we want to give her a double chin, you know. We want a chunky little pig. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to let this dry a little bit because the snout is still wet. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. She's dry, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of this pink that I have on the brush, and I'm going to mix it in with this white right here, which is not a solid white as it is. It's an antique white. So it still looks very, very light, but you can definitely still see some of that pink hue in there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to kind of trace my ear, her ear, the ear I am drawing. And then I'm going to give the little ear some hair. Da, 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 da. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same with this ear. And you know what? This ear needs a little more pink. Just like that. Should have done that first, but now we gotta wait for it to dry, and that's okay. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm here, I might as well add some more to the snout. So we add some to the snout, and we're gonna need some black because we need to give her some little a little bit of shape here. We're gonna do the little snout, the little snout nose situation there. We're gonna need some black. And as you all know, I'm running out of black, so we're gonna have to go with just plain. Nope, we're gonna go with black. We're gonna go look for the black. Guys, look. I had this gorgeous black, just plain black. It's not anything special, but it's not empty. So now we can do some little snout. Here we gotta make it a little bigger because we want a healthy breathing little pig. We're gonna, and like I always say, be careful with the black. It's really hard to take off once you've applied it. Now, is that 100% straight? Not at all. Not at all. And I'm okay with that. That's looking okay. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to use some of the black mixed with brown because I still don't like this. Okay. I want a shadowy looking black, but I don't want it to be too black and I don't want it to be too light. So we're going to come in and we're going to kind of give this part of the snout some shape. So there we go. I'm trying to give it some sort of like lip situation here. Looks a little bit like a mustache if you ask me, but we will fix that in a minute. There, see? That looks like a little snout. So we're gonna bring in this and we're gonna go a little higher just so that, yes, okay. So I'm liking this. We're going to add some white. First I'm gonna clean my brush because I had black on it, and like I said, don't want anything mixing with the black. We're gonna bring in some white. Make sure that my paintbrush is all the way dry, and we're going to bring in some of this here. Some of this here, kind of like this, just to kind of give it like a snout form. How do I feel about that? We're gonna bring in some more white and some more white. There you go. So it looks a little bit like a snout. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. Okay. Gonna add a little bit here. Ta-da. I think I've added too much. I'm gonna take some off. Here we go. Wrong pink. It's okay. Take some off on some old cloth, and there you go. We now have a snout. We're gonna add some shape to the lip just by adding a little accent mark right here. good. Now I'm going to do this ear because this ear is now mostly dry. We're going to come in here, do some white there, just where it is, you know, accent. And we're going to give it some little ear hairs because its ear needs protection from the elements and the glap it's going to eat. Okay, I like that. We are going to grab, I have to do its eyes. I'm a little afraid of doing that. That's okay. It'll come when it comes. I'm going to use not this brush. I have a happy brush that I like to use for my shading. Oh, here it is. This is my shading brush. Look at that. That's one good brush for shading. So we're going to add a little bit of the black. We're going to add a little bit of the brown pink. It's all on my paintbrush. And I'm going to wipe some of it off here because I don't want too much. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to give it some shadow over here. Kind of going in circle, circle, circle situation here. Just to give it, look at that. Yes, look at that. Now you can tell she's got a big head. Okay, I like that. We're going to add just a little bit of the same. Again, going in with my paintbrush into the paint and then taking most of it off the paintbrush. And then I'm going to add just a little bit there, a little bit there. And we're going to add just a little bit under here because the snout sticks out just a little. So there's that. And now I'm going to give some just here. It's a big head. I'm going to do some here just to give it some of that shape. And I'm going to do a little bit where the eyes are going to go. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm going to take my skinniest brush. I'm going to grab not the black, not yet, because I'm afraid of making this not pretty. That's what I'm afraid of. So we're gonna go here. Oh Lord, please help me do some eyes. Let's go with the pencil. See? Here we go. We're gonna go with the eyes here. I'm gonna go with the eyes there. And then we're gonna kind of give it here and give it here. Nice. Okay, I like that. I'm happy. I can go in and actually go in with the black. And if this looks too human, I'm gonna make them all completely black. Because I'm not the best with eyes. That's kind of why I stick with flowers. Now it looks like a pirate to me. I'm gonna have to not give it. I'm gonna come here and make it bigger. There we go. Oh, how does it look to you? I'm thinking Charlotte's Web now. That's not a good thought. Okay. Going to come in here. It's okay. This one's not Wilbur. This one's Mercy. We will just gonna have Mercy and Grace on our little P. She will live forever in paint. Okay. Here we go. Filling in the rest of the eye. Okay, how's that look? I don't like that I gotta give it more oomph on the top. Did my hand shake? Of course it did. I like that better. Oh yeah, that little hill on the top really makes a difference. Gotta go higher. Oh yeah. This is a good, happy looking piggy. Look at that. Aww. Okay, we are going to, maybe we could add a little flower. No, I'm going to keep it just piggy. I'm going to keep it just a piggy. No flowers. No flowers this time. Trying to round out this eyeball. I'm going to have to give more to this eyeball so that they're roundish. I'm now going to use the brown pink to write my name over here, just so it matches. We're gonna use the brown pink, maybe the brown black, and there are my initials, CB. Okay, and this is 2024. 2024. Okay, that makes me happy. I am now going to do the last step for any eyeball. Is you have to give it. You have to give it a little. I'm not going to use the antique white. I'm going to go in with pure 100%, 100% white. There's no such thing as 1% or any percentage. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go blop. And now this one is going to have, where I so complicated. This one's going to have them like here. That one's going to have two. Ah, look at that. I'll make it bigger. Let's add some more white to the very tip, just because I can. Okay. Ta-da! There's Miss Mercy. There's Miss Mercy. Whoa, look at that! Okay. I am going to grab my pencil, and our verse today is Luke 6. I'd show you my Bible, but it's all marked up, so I'm not going to show you that. It is Mark 6:36. Be merciful. Be merciful, comma, just as your Father. Just as your Father is merciful. I made a mistake. It's a C, not an F. Merciful. And that's a period. And this is in Luke. So I'm going to grab a, I have 3 Sharpies here, and I don't know which one I want to use because, well, let's start off with be merciful. We could paint a bee. Bee. Now just to be double sure. Merciful. Full of mercy. Like our little piggy. Just. It does say just, right? Just as, yes. Just as that's yours, that's mine, just as your Father is merciful, because God is full of mercy for us. So I'm going to write Luke over here, kind of small. with an E. 636. There we go. Ah, look at that piggy! Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. And He is just oh so merciful with us, even when we don't deserve it. So I pray blessings over anybody that watches this video and holds this painting, Lord Heavenly Father. And I thank you for your mercy, which is abundant and undeserved. And yet you have mercy for us, Lord. So thank you. And help us be merciful with those around us, even when we don't want to, even when it's hard. Please let us grow our attitude of mercy, our actions in mercy toward others, just as you have been merciful to us, because you are our Father. So yes, humanity is our neighbor, our brother, our sister. So thank you. And I pray blessings over you, viewer. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. And let me know if there's anything else you want me to paint. I'm thinking ladybugs, but not 100% sure. I hope you liked this. I hope you liked Miss Mercy here. And have a good, blessed day. Have a good one. Bye.